I just got a really interesting question. Someone asked me, Switzy, when is Bitcoin going to hit $100,000? But you know what? I'm gonna answer to something even more interesting. When is Bitcoin going to hit $1 million? Because I see a lot of people telling us BS, oh, Dogecoin gonna hit $1, $2. No. Everything is about math. So you know what? Let's go on my computer and I'm gonna show you everything right now. As I told you guys, everything is about math. If we make the assumption that Bitcoin is gonna hit $100,000 or $1 million, we need to look at the math and say, okay, this is realistic and this is not realistic. We're currently on CoinMarketCap, and I would like to do a quick reminder because maybe some of you are not really familiar, they don't know everything, and my goal is really to make everything look easy for you to understand. So for those who don't know how to find the price per coin of Bitcoin, it's super easy. You take the total market cap, which is the total investment in this coin, and you divide by the circulating supply, not the total supply, but by the circulating supply. So if you do 318 billions divided by 19 millions, it's gonna give you this price, 16,584. Now, the question is, when we say Bitcoin is gonna hit $100,000 or $1 million, how much should be the market cap in order to have that number? Because the price equal to market cap divided by the supply. The supply is not gonna move because Bitcoin is fixed to 21 million in the future. So the only variable that we can move is the market cap, which is the investment. How much should be invested into Bitcoin in order for this to worth $100,000 or $1 million? So in 2019, more exactly in January 2019, James Lavish made a really interesting tweet. We're currently the 26th of November, like I told you. So it's kind of funny. We're like 3 years later, almost 4. And he made a tweet that there are currently 700 trillions, okay? So in Bitcoin, we have 380 billion of global assets. So bonds, 137 trillion, stocks, 117 trillions, and so on. And the total is 700 trillion. Let's see when he tweeted what was the prices, okay? So at $42,000 per coin, so 42K per Bitcoin, the market cap was 900 billions. Currently, as you can see, we are at 308 billion. So it was divided by 3. This is why the price is almost divided by 3. As simple as it is. So it exactly shows us that bigger is gonna be the investment, bigger is gonna be the demands, and bigger the price of the coin of Bitcoin is gonna be. And when we had 900 billions, okay, invested into Bitcoin, it was only 0.13% of the global asset. It means that it wasn't even 1% invested into the Bitcoin. So let's look at how much Bitcoin could worth if we had a 1%, 2%, 3%. And thank you, James did it for us. So if there is 1% of the global assets in just Bitcoin, then Bitcoin will worth $337,000 per coin. If we would have 2%, which is 14 trillions invested in Bitcoin only, we would have $667,000. 3% would be 21 trillion, and then Bitcoin would be $1 million. I don't know if you realize. Now, I would like to talk about something because those numbers are super interesting. But there is something that I would like to add on to make it more accurate. When we say that there is 1% of the global asset invested into Bitcoin, you also need to consider the total market cap, because how high is gonna be the investment in Ethereum when there is 1% of the global asset invested into Bitcoin? The total crypto market cap is gonna be way higher. So you know what? We're gonna go on the chart and talk about it. Now we are on the charts, okay? So here we have the crypto total market cap, okay? So it's including every penny involved into the crypto sphere. And then here we have the market cap for Bitcoin. So just let's look at the correlation, yeah? So when we had the all-time high, which was the 8th November 2021, the total market cap was around 3 billion. At the same time, so when Bitcoin hit the all-time high, the total investment in Bitcoin was 1.3 trillion. So if we just take the percentage is like 1.3 divided by 3, it means that 43% of the investment of the total market, the total crypto market is into Bitcoin. So if we take the numbers of James Lavish, when he says there is 7 trillions, okay, invested into Bitcoin, we have to do the math. When there is 3 trillion invested into total market cap, so all the cryptos, Bitcoin, we have a total investment of 1.3 trillion in Bitcoin, okay? Now, let's say we have 1%, which is 7 trillion invested into Bitcoin. How much is the total market cap? It's pretty easy. You take 7, you multiply by 3, and you divide by 1.3, which gives you 16.15 trillion. So you need to have at least 16.15 trillion invested into total global market, okay, about cryptos, in order for Bitcoin to hit 7 trillion invested, okay? Now, what is 16 trillion? 16 trillion would come between gold and art collectible, okay? So for me, this is something that is totally doable. On the long term, I really believe that Bitcoin can hit $100,000, especially after the halving, I would say late 2024, beginning of 2025, because all the math are making sense. Now, if we want to talk about 21 trillion invest in Bitcoin, then it's gonna be a bit different, because if you do 21, so we're doing the same thing, 21 multiplied by 3 divided by 1.3, it should mean that we have 48.46 trillion into the market cap. That would be like the 4th biggest investment asset-wise. So I think to hit that number and be above the total amount invested in gold and art and collectible, it's gonna take some ages. So for me, $100,000 is realistic, but $1 million is, but in the long term.